Mark, congratulations on a good win today. Nice way to bounce back after a disappointing loss.
Yeah, I think the guys showed a lot of character. It's one thing to lose a test match, but I think the way we lost the first test match was very disappointing. And the nice thing that there was no sense of panic. I think the realization that we just didn't rock up, and it's difficult to judge guys' skills when you don't rock up. So I think there was an understanding of what was required to bring to the table in the second test match. Took a couple of brave calls as well. Dean winning the toss and batting, where a lot of other captains probably wouldn't have done that. So I think it was a brave call, and the guys sort of the mental space that they must have been in coming off the battering that we had in the first test match to go out there and bat first and bat the way we did was very impressive for me. I just think the whole unit, there was a couple of standout performances, but as a unit we managed to string together a very good test match, and at the end a nice convincing win.
Dean is a very strong captain. He speaks very positive language. How important has it been to instill that kind of language in the team environment?
Look, Dean is one of those sort of guys that he talks a lot, but he's prepared to follow it up with actions. And I think one of the chats that we sort of had before was we were going to be under pressure coming into the second game, and that we didn't want to sort of not recognise that and not run away from it and sort of walk towards that. And just by him winning the toss and batting, and not that he's batting number 5 or 6, him being the opening batter speaks words for the character and individual that he is. If you get a captain like that who's prepared to go out there and front up like he did, and not walk away from pressure, walk straight into it, that the rest of the team just gel together and they look up to him as well. So he's been fantastic, not only for this series but the last series as well. So he'll grow from strength to strength, and I know the guys they back him in a very strong way.
Good leadership, as well as lots of youngsters that are really exciting. You had some really good performances from really young players. That partnership between Vian and Kyle was really key, and also having a guy like Luther as well, applying pressure, maybe not getting the wickets he would have wanted, but also making sure that someone else would be able to get those. What do you have to say about your youngsters?
I think you've got to be careful to say youngsters, because some of them are just young within Test match cricket. Look, there were certain individuals that just stepped up. As I said, I look at the whole Test match, and each individual within the team had their part to play. There are always going to be heroes after Test matches, but there's going to be some unsung ones as well that probably only get recognition in our change room. And I think it's important to recognise those moments as well. You mentioned Luto, and Vian as well, coming into the Test match. They didn't play the last one, so they probably would have felt a bit under pressure, but they performed their roles within this side. Sometimes you don't need the wickets to go your way, but you need to perform the role that you've been given within that setup, and everyone did that. So it was a true team effort. A couple of the stand-up performances. Sarel in his second Test match to go get 100 in those conditions, was standout for me, and then Kyle Baran. A lot of people in the media have been talking about him, so he probably would have felt a bit of pressure, but the way that he came out in a tough situation, managed to get 130 odd not out. I'm very happy for not only him but every team member. I think to come back from that first drubbing, to be in the situation now where we get in the plane 1-1, I think is a good sign of their characters.
I wanted to touch a little bit on Sarel. He's had a lot of well wishes coming in from around the country. He's clearly one of cricket's favourite sons. What kind of a character is he, and just what kind of impact does he have in the change room?
Sarel, he's a coach's dream, to be honest with you. He's one of those characters. I mean, he's been on quite a few tours now where he hasn't been given opportunity. Just bided his time. He's done his work in the nets. He's a hard worker, but he's a team man as well. He's the first guy to run out with drinks, first guy to clean boots if boots need to be cleaned in the dressing room, and just very supportive, a true team man. I think when a guy gets an opportunity like that, there's always going to be a sense of very happy for an individual within a change room and within a setup as well, and that was exactly what happened. He's in the second Test match, he gets 100. Good things happen to good people. He's one of the good people that we've got around our system, and I'm just very happy for him. And hopefully he goes from strength to strength in his Test career from now.
And where to from here?
Where to from here? Back home to families. I mean, it's been a couple of tough months for us with regards to Test cricket. There's been a lot of time at home, so we'll go home, we'll reflect a bit. We've got a long flight home, then off to Bangladesh, or in South Africa playing against Bangladesh. Another tough series. I think we're still very much in the Test Championship at the moment. This win will take us into a good situation. So if we can carry on with where we left off here, learn from our mistakes that we made and grow on the confidence that we'll take from this last Test match, I think we're heading down the right road.